Back here on the Central Coast, many in Santa Cruz County continue to dig out after a series of storms left their homes literally buried in mud. And now a national nonprofit that helps people during disasters is helping people here on the Central Coast. With more on their relief efforts, we go to Action News 8 reporter Felix Cortez, who's live in SoCal tonight. Felix?
Well, Aaron, many may have heard of this nonprofit. They're called Team Rubicon, and their latest project is here at the Old Mill Mobile Home Park in SoCal, where they're helping neighbors dig out after tons of mud washed into their neighborhood.
That's some sticky stuff.
If it wasn't for them, this community would not be sitting here today digging out.
Team Rubicon helping neighbors at the Old Mill Mobile Home Park in SoCal dig out after floodwaters and mud inundated their small community. The national organization is helping neighbors remove tons of mud from inside and underneath their mobile homes, one shovel at a time. Team Rubicon coming to their aid when neighbors were getting little help from their property manager.
It's getting people back in their places. You know, they're at their lowest, they have nowhere else to turn, and we come in and try to help mitigate that, try to get them back in a place where they can start again.
For nearly 15 years, the nonprofit has been helping communities all across the country and the world with disaster relief in times of natural disasters. An army of volunteers, most of them veterans who never collect a paycheck, just a lot of gratitude.
And just keep thanking us over and over again. Hey, thanks for coming out. We couldn't make it without you. We can't believe you're taking time off of your day, your week to come out and help us, and you don't even know us. So, and that's what we're all about, trying to help folks.
This was the scene at the mobile home park at the height of the flooding. After the first round of flooding, the property owner showed up with a tractor to remove mud from the roadway, but he was met by angry neighbors. Those same neighbors soon realized they had to take matters into their own hands, reaching out to county leaders who helped them get Team Rubicon on board.
If it wasn't for Team Rubicon and the wonderful real estate community that came and helped, and some volunteers moving mud, tractors moving mud. If it wasn't for them, this community would still be sitting in the mud.
And back here live in SoCal, Team Rubicon is also assessing needs in San Benito and Monterey counties, and volunteers may soon be headed to those areas to help flood victims there recover from the storms. Aaron?
All right, Felix, thank you. Also, if you have sandbags that you don't need anymore, the city of Watsonville has a place that you can drop them off. Drop-off site is across the street from the Buddhist temple on Bridge Street. That site will be open until Friday from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. And the city is asking people to not dispose of sandbags in your garbage bins, on the side of the road, or in storm drains. If floodwater did reach your sandbags, they could be contaminated with hazardous chemicals such as pesticides or bacteria, so the best idea is really to drop them off. Some people living along the Big Sur coast continue to be cut off after 3 major slides shut down a section of Highway 1. But today, residents were able to get some much-needed supplies thanks to a convoy. Action News 8 reporter Brisa Colon is live in Carmel off of Highway 1 tonight, with more on how residents and business owners are coping and what they're calling on officials to do. Brisa?
Aaron, residents living in the blocked off areas of South Coast Big Sur are telling KSBW that they expected these slides, but what they didn't expect were the prolonged road closures.
When you have the highway closed, north and south, it goes beyond a major inconvenience. Now you're in a sense trapped within an area.
Residents along this stretch of South Coast Big Sur continue to face isolation following 3 major slides along Highway 1. Paul Slide, Mill Creek Slide, and Polar Slide. Today, Caltrans led a convoy of cars out of the area, as many are lacking resupply of food, medicine, fuel, and are unable to get rid of garbage.
From speaking with employees who live on the South Coast and speaking with residents who are in those isolated areas, their frustration is quite palpable.
Many residents and business owners say the roads appear to be cleared and don't understand the continued closures. John Handy and his wife Corinne own Tree Bones Resort in the blocked off area and say for them and their nearly 400 neighbors, it's a feeling of helplessness.
We've had multiple emergencies. We've had 2 airlifts to get people out of here with helicopters in a rainstorm at the same time that the road was 100% passable, but we couldn't get past roadblocks and gates and everything else.
John sent KSBW this footage he took of the roads and is asking for more transparency from Caltrans officials as his community continues to be unable to live their lives.
My message to Caltrans is the best way to be the government agency that has power over people is to be transparent, explain how the decisions are being made, and listen to people who are your constituents that might know more about what's happening on the ground or might have more historical experience about what is going on, and then make your decisions accordingly, but do it in a transparent, open way with open dialogue. And that's the way government is supposed to work because they have the infinite power over citizens.
Caltrans said in a release today, anyone attempting to pass through these slide areas are advised that they are not only putting themselves at grave risk, but they are also transferring that risk to public safety and first responder teams who would have to respond to any incidents. Monterey County officials are also warning drivers that the potential for the loss of life is real. Caltrans is expecting these roads to be back open in about 4 weeks. Reporting in Carmel off of Highway 1, I'm Brisa Colon, KSBW, Action News 8.
Brisa, thank you. Meantime, dozens of COVID-19 testing and treatment sites operated by the state are getting ready to shut down, and that does include locations in Monterey and Santa Cruz counties. Action News 8 reporter Christian Balderas is live in Salinas with details for us tonight. Christian?
Yeah, Aaron, that's right. The California Public Health Department has announced that any state-run COVID testing site that's operating below 50% capacity will close, that impacting several sites across Monterey and Santa Cruz counties. Now, across the 2 counties, there is just one COVID testing site that's ran by the state. That is located in Marina, and it's not slated to end just yet. Now, it is operating below 50% capacity, but it is being closely monitored to make sure that it's still being used, and it could still close in the foreseeable future. Comparatively, the rest of the sites in Monterey County were seeing only about 10 appointments a day, compared to 100 at the peak of the pandemic in 2021. Meanwhile, Santa Cruz County's state-run sites will close by end of next month in February. Now, all that said, there are still many options to get tested for free, like with the Salinas Valley Memorial Mobile Health Clinic.
We do simple urgent care, we provide vaccines, we cuts, abrasions, headaches. And one thing that we did add when the pandemic hit was COVID testing and COVID vaccinations. So that's something, a normal service that we carry on our clinic now, and I don't see it ending anytime soon.
Now, to visit, you don't need insurance, identification, or even an appointment. According to the manager of the program, attendance has been steady with regular returning patients. They're not seeing the same steep decline as state-run testing sites. In addition, Vida is still operating free COVID tests throughout Monterey County, and you can still get free COVID tests mailed to your home via federal programs. Now, the news of these state-run COVID testing sites shutting down comes on the heels of the announcement made that California's COVID state of emergency will end, that is on February 28th. This marking a new milestone since the onset of the pandemic. Live in Salinas, Christian Balderas, KSBW, Action News 8.
Christian, thank you. That testing site in Marina is at the County Behavioral Health Center, and in Santa Cruz County, the following sites will be closing in the coming weeks. In Santa Cruz, the Ocean Street location is closing February 3rd. Public Library testing site in Felton will close February 11th. Coming up, more classified documents have been found, this time at the home of former Vice President Mike Pence. Major storm damage in Texas after multiple tornadoes touched down near Houston. We'll take a closer look at the damage. We'll also hear from some of the people impacted.
Remember that meltdown over Ticketmaster sales of Taylor Swift concert tickets? I'm Alice Barr in Washington. Coming up, how debate over that issue today hit Capitol Hill, raising questions about antitrust violations in the live concert industry.
95th Academy Awards, just over a month away. We'll take a look at the nominees that were announced today. First, though, here's our chief meteorologist, Lee Solomon, with a first look at tonight's weather.
Another beautiful view.
Boy, that's pretty.
I know. It's just, it's breathtaking. It's just gorgeous out there right now. A couple of high clouds, sun setting, and temperatures dropping off now. Low to mid 50s, still pretty darn nice. Very little wind at all. It has switched onshore out of the northwest, but again, very, very light. 49 to 56 gets you through the evening. A cold night ahead. Some warmth, though, right through the end of the work week. Then a big cool down for the weekend and maybe rain back in the forecast. A lot to get to here in your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Coverage you can count on with Dan Green, Aaron Clark, Drea Blackwell, and Chief Meteorologist Lee Solomon. This is KSBW Action News 8.
2023 Oscar nominations were announced this morning for the 95th Academy Awards, with the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once leading the way with 11 nominations. Action News 8 reporter Chris Pallone has more.
Very busy today, no time to help you.
An independent sci-fi thriller snagged 11 nominations, leading all films competing for this year's Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
The big story of the day, in my opinion, is the domination of the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Fresh off her Golden Globes win, Michelle Yeoh is nominated for Best Actress, while Everything Everywhere All at Once co-stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hsu are up for the Best Supporting Actress award. And Ke Huy Quan also got a Best Supporting Actor nod for the film. Quan joined the third hour of Today after hearing the news.
I'm jumping up and down and I'm screaming so loud.
Among the most talked about Oscar snubs,
I would say Viola Davis, Tom Cruise are the two big names.
Having any fun yet?
While Cruise did not get a Best Actor nomination, Top Gun Maverick scored 6, including Best Picture. But Davis, a Best Actress favorite, and her film The Woman King were shut out entirely.
Why'd you gain all that weight?
In the acting category, 16 out of the 20 people named are first-time Oscar nominees.
You got Jamie Lee Curtis, Michelle Yeoh. They've never been nominated before. So, Brendan Fraser, never been nominated before. So that is pretty noteworthy and cool.
Other Best Picture nominees include blockbusters like Elvis and Avatar, The Way of Water, and smaller films like The Banshees of Inisherin and Steven Spielberg's semi-autobiographical picture, The Fabelmans.
I think that's exciting when a Best Picture lineup of 10 movies can make room for huge blockbusters, quirky independent films, and international films.
Morning, everybody. We've been awake all night getting ready for this moment.
The Oscar winners will be announced March 12th. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
And you can watch the Oscars and all of the festivities leading up to the Oscars on Central Coast ABC. And again, that will happen Sunday, March 12th. Drea is here now. A little preview of what's coming up in sports.
Yes, the conference championships this weekend in the NFL playoffs. We'll talk about both matchups, the Niners and Eagles and Bengals and Chiefs, in just a few minutes. But first, we want to get to tonight's sports quiz. We want to know which NFL team has lost the most playoff games. We'll have the answer and more sports in about 20 minutes.